I'm never serious. You should always know this by now. Finally arrived at Elite Fitness in Redditch, and I am here with my man Phil Samakis. Did you see that? Oh my god. I mean, apart from the fact that I'm completely going to out-angle him now, but we're going to be training some legs. So we'll take you through, realistically, what we're going to do in training legs. We don't take things well, I don't take things seriously. You should know this by now, but Phil might take things seriously. So we're going to start off with calves, mainly because everybody's calves are shit. And doing calves at the end of a leg session is not going to be fun. You know, when you do all of like the calf, the leg extensions and the curls, and then you stand on that and you're like, it's not going to be the best. So we'll go through. Throughout that entire set, he didn't take a breath at all.
Sharp breath.
Yeah.
Sharp ones. If you breathe too much, you lose all the tightness.
Breathing. Oh, okay. So I've had a pre, which is in my Badger running cup, by the way, but Badger's kind of like come off a little bit. Poor Badger. So for legs, I always use Stimumax Black by Strom. Just a little bit of a plug, because we love Strom. But no, seriously, for legs, I always feel like I need a pre. It's the only thing that I actually have a pre on, and that's just me personally. Whereas Phil is a big fat girl, and he doesn't do a pre.
I can't disclose my pre-workout.
Yeah, because he throws up, basically.
We start on the seated calf raise because I don't like how much pressure that can put on your back, the standing one. So it's easy just to pre-exhaust them on this. You get a much better isolation in that sense. So when you go on something like the standing one, you can use less weight without loading your back so much, and I feel it always works best to have them in that order. Maximum stretch at the bottom, peak contraction at the top. You can alternate between like a heavy day and a day with higher volume, but you do need both because your calves are made up of both fast twitch, slow twitch muscle as well.
And there are your top tips for calves then. I don't really like doing calves.
Okay.
Hey!
Yeah, come on. On. Quick point from me. As with most things we're going to do today, imagine the muscle's like a spring, like a suspension spring, so you're loading it on the way down, you're controlling as much as possible, controlling all the negative, and then exploding up. It's easy to make things harder than they need to be by going up too slow. There's a time and a place to do slow positives, but for what the purpose is today, and the more heavy duty style approach at the start of the workout, it's about exploding up the contraction under tension.
Something that could have been explained before I did that set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Useless.
So now we're doing standing after pre-exhausting on the seated ones. Same principle really, just control on the way down, let's explode up, peak contraction. We do them at the start, mainly because it's horrible doing calves at the end.
Going on to the seated hamstring curl, I don't particularly like using a lying hamstring curl because I've got a bit of an issue with my back, so I've got a really tight QL. And I find that when you do go face down, ass up, you can really move your hips in a specific manner that it can hit your back, so it causes a big back pump, which a lot of bodybuilders do suffer with. I prefer the seated leg curl because you can really isolate the hamstring by being completely locked in and isolated at that point, and that way you've got no pelvic involvement.
Mitigation for lower back pumps though would be
Hydromax quite strong.
Or basically squeeze your glutes and sort of hump into the seat. If your glutes start rising, that's when you're going to start loading your lower back. Working your hamstring first, giving you your tightness in your hamstrings helps pull the joint in a safer position, rather than just working quads first, having this entire posterior part weak and going into something like a heavy press. It's a lot safer. And it means you get to do like a touch up on your hamstrings at another point in the week if you separate them. Quads and hamstrings like she's got to be doing.
So I stack it.
Yeah.
It won't go.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'll do the one.
I'll do the one.
The one above it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Stacked it. 1 rep max on a leg curl. Are you ready? You reckon I can move it? Are we ready?
Oh, you're actually trying.
I'm fucking with moving. I bet William can move it. Let's go. Ooh.
It's a bit heavy.
Explain how to do a leg extension. You lift your leg up.
Yeah.
So what you can do, a lot of people I see that their arse lifts off the seat. So what you can do is you can actually strap yourself in. Because I'm actually doing one leg at a time, I'm not going to strap myself in as such because I can almost lean myself into the working leg. But yeah, you can get your straps and literally strap yourself into the leg extension. It'll stop your arse coming off the seat.
Come on! So leg extension we're doing 3 sets. The first one was heavy, slightly lighter, more reps. The last one now is going to be 3-second squeezes at the top, and we're aiming to fail within the 15 to 20 rep range, somewhere there.
The leg extension is just how hard can you tolerate some pain realistically. I learned that from Dave Crossland. He was a pain tolerance guy.
Come on! Whee! That's how light is, right? Pendulums now.
Wonderful. This one is a pendulum squat. It looks like the same kind of pendulum that I use back at home, which is all cool beans. So he's wearing big girly shoes because he's got tight Achilles. Yeah. They're not as funky as my shoes. My shoes say TinyTitan on them. Not these ones are otter mixes. My other ones do. But yeah, so all you're going to do is squat up and down. That's basically the premise of the pendulum. You just squat.
Pendulums, it's really tempting purely because of the setup to push back into the seat and up. Yes, it's good to have the back support there, but the way I treat it, you should be able to fairly comfortably fit a hand behind your back when you do them. So you're still putting more of the weight on your shoulders and you're keeping the plane of motion vertical to the platform rather than pushing back and up. Because you're just going to waste energy and it puts more stress on your lower back than it actually needs to be.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Wow.
So you got 10, and then we dropped the weight, got 2. So you still got 12, which is still a back offset.
I'm tired.
You see, if it was easy, every fucker would do it. But that's why you've got to push yourself past these boundaries. You know, Dorian Yates didn't become 7 times Mr. Olympia because he did shit easy shit. He did hard stuff. So stop fearing hard shit. Stop going in and playing about with peanuts. Pain is temporary, but victory is forever.
Leg press. It's very tempting to go super heavy on leg press because you can. Depth on your leg press is your best friend. You won't have to use anywhere near as much weight, but that full range of motion that most people miss is key.
No half breath. No half breath. Come on! Come on! I want to sleep all day anyway afterwards. Anyway afterwards? I want to sleep all day afterwards anyway. I know I can make sense somewhere.
What's happened?
We were talking about, so Phil wants to do another press, another compound movement. And it's like I said to him, once you go like that kind of intensity, if you just carry on doing that all the way through, you're just not going to get the benefit out of it. You'll just be too fucking fatigued. But what his argument is that if you actually do a continuous like SST set, which is just not as fucking heavy, but more hitting different muscle fibers, you're still incorporating all of the muscle fibers that you need to work. But unfortunately, he can't do a belt squat. We're not going to do a pendulum squat again because that's just silly. So yeah, maybe we'll just finish off with some lunges or something because they're horrible.
Adductors, in short, don't skip them. You'll get all this thickness here in your legs. You get from training them directly. You won't get the same development if you just rely on things like the wide side squats or something. You need to train them directly. And people who don't, you can really tell because they have thigh gaps. They don't like thigh gaps in bodybuilding. We're halfway there. 51. What are we doing? Walking lunges, 150 per leg. If we need to do more, we'll do more. But I think these are just going to be just fine.
Oh, I did it. I did 100. So that was a good leg session, wasn't it? Yeah, buddy. Do you see how he spread his lats there? I am massive. I am massive. Right, so we'll go and do some posing. Posing. So I'm just going to do some posing because I'm potato at the moment. Whoa! Don't do one leg after you've just done legs. Whoa! Shit! That's dangerous, isn't it? So because I'm potato, I'm not going to do the whole like bikini thing. So I'm going to put my Venom shorts on because Venom is cool. Venom is a superhero.
Oh shit, I can't send you that.
Dickhead.
When you're leaving in person, loud.
Left potato.
More like a unscrew.
So we're in a room full of mirrors because basically we are both off season and we're both potato, so we just want to see how potato we are. I'm very potato. He's not so much.
I'm more like a crisscross fry type thing.
A crisscross fry?
Yeah.
A crisscross fry.
What do you call them? Criss cut?
I don't know.
No, do you know what I mean?
I like pop chips.
Pop chips are cool.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to be a waffle then. But yeah, so that basically concludes our leg session. I'm very happy about it. It was good. We had a good time. So yeah, thank you for tuning in and all of that jazz. Share, like, subscribe. Look out for the next one. Much love.